Do you feel me? I am Shawn Beastolla. I am Shawn Beastolla. What's up with you? What's up, YouTube? You know what I'm saying? We gonna get into it tonight, huh? Making sure all my stuff is on point. No issues. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make sure all my levels is cool. You know. But shout out to all my subscribers. I do want to start this off with the Lakers, man. Game 2, Denver Nuggets. Now I will say this off top, right? Off top, I'm gonna tell you, I am a little biased though. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Warriors fan. I gotta tell you that. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this: the Lakers put up a fight tonight, right? The Lakers put up a fight, but it wasn't enough. They put up a fight, man. You know what I'm saying? And I was watching parts of the game. I was at work today, so I didn't really get a chance to watch a lot of it, but I was watching it on YouTube. And the thing of it is with the Lakers, right? They were pretty much winning the whole game into the fourth quarter. But I'll say the end of the third, that's when Denver finally figured it out, got it together. You know what I'm saying? They got it together. And you can, pretty much the whole game, all the way up to the fourth quarter, even though the Lakers were winning, they were beating the Nuggets. I personally didn't feel like they were really giving them a real threat. You know what I'm saying? I felt like the Lakers, they was just kind of, you can tell they was playing hard though. You know what I'm saying? They role players, they Revis and that other guy, man, he was balling out there. I forgot his name, but he came off the bench and started hitting threes and going crazy out there, right? But the whole game, it just didn't feel like they were really in control of the game. You know what I'm saying? So even though the Lakers were winning, they were up by 10 in I'll say the middle of the third quarter, the Lakers were up by 10 points, man. And even when they had that 10-point lead in the third quarter, in my mind, the way I was looking at the body language of the Lakers, you could tell they was giving it all they had. And Denver was just coasting. Okay, we getting them down to 6. We get them down to 4. We get them down to 5. They just chipping away. And every time Denver would chip away at the score, the Lakers, you could see they was trying to, pop, start getting more shots off, popping threes. And, LeBron, he was doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? For him to be this many years in the game, he's still a monster out there. You feel me? And but you could just kind of feel if you was watching the game tonight. I know, you can really look at the body language of the Lakers. You could tell they was giving it all they got. And Denver just kept holding on. They just keeping just edging a little bit closer, edging a little bit closer. And then that fourth quarter hit, you know what I mean? Denver looked like the old, what I'm saying, Warriors, man. I gotta say that. The Denver right now, they looking like the old Splash Brothers out here. You feel me? Look like Clay and Curry out there just cooking, man. You know what I mean? I'm like, good Lord. You know what I mean? They just out there, threes, just threes, bombs away. And LeBron looking like, what the do you feel? You know what I mean? So I feel for y'all Laker fans, man. I tell you this though. I tell you this. The Lakers is down 0-2. 0-2, man. They down 0-2, huh? I gotta make sure I give you those numbers, right? If the Lakers going back to LA, because they going back to LA, right? If they go down 0-3, it's over. They may get swept. I'm finna tell you right now, Shawn Beastolla, I said it. If they lose game 3, the Lakers going to get swept in 4, man. You understand me? So I know LeBron, he's still great, man. AD, he's still great. But if the Lakers go down 0-3, I say it again. If the Lakers go down 0-3, they getting swept by the Denver Nuggets, man. Do you feel? Huh? Now, you can say what you want to say about, you know what I'm saying, them Warriors, right? When was the last time they got swept, huh? I'm just saying. I'll wait. I'm just saying, bro. So come on, LA. What you doing, LA? Huh? You know what I mean? I know y'all be having the stars coming out, the Kardashians coming out. You feel me? All the celebs, they all at the game. I get it. I get it. Okay, okay. You know what I mean? It's baller, you know what I'm saying? It's just straight baller section. You know what I mean? When you go to the Lakers game, it's just ballers are us, man. Feel me? Baller.com, huh? Baller.org, huh? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. If y'all Lakers, all y'all Laker fans out there, I see you. All y'all Laker fans, if the Lakers go down 0-3, they getting swept, man. And you heard it first from Shawn Beastolla. I'm saying it right now, huh? You feel me? I might even put a couple of dollars on it, huh? I'm just saying, man. So don't get swept out here, man. Y'all better get out there and get the, you know what I'm saying? Get the cooking up. Because Denver is cooking on y'all. Joker, you know what I'm saying? You said Joker, excuse me, Joker. He he cooking on y'all, man. And it really wasn't even him that got it going in the third quarter. You know what I'm saying? You had the OG Green out there. He was balling tonight. So I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Y'all go down 0-3. Hey, you gonna have, Charles Barkley and you know what I'm saying? Shaq and Kenny. They gonna be pulling out that boat. Who on that boat ride, huh? Getting swept, huh? I'm just saying, man. Don't get mad at the messenger, man. Don't get mad at the messenger. I'm just here to relay the information to you. You understand me? I'm just here just to give you the news, man. If the Lakers go down 0-3, they getting swept. That's all I'm saying. So don't let that happen. You know what I mean? Get out there and make it happen, bruh. I know LeBron, he's still great, man. You know what I mean? He's been great for a long time. But y'all going to play even harder because y'all played hard tonight. Y'all started hitting them critical shots at the end of the game, but hey, just wasn't enough, man. You know what I'm saying? So you got to go back to that whiteboard, right? When you know how y'all see the X's and O's, you know what I'm saying? Get them X's and O's together on that chalkboard, on that, you feel me, on that whiteboard, man. You feel me? Get that whiteboard together. Get them X's and O's correct, man. You know what I mean? And tell your coach to make sure he call out the timely timeouts, man. That, you know what I mean? Because when Denver start going on a run at the end of that third, going into the fourth, man, should have been calling them timeouts a little bit sooner. I'm just saying. But who am I? I'm just a Warriors fan. You feel me? So hey, man, don't get mad at me, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm sorry. You feel me? And if you peep the colors, I'm still rapping the Warriors, man. You know what I mean? Hey, you know what I'm saying? Regardless, well, yeah, we not in the playoffs, but hey, man. Well, speaking on the Warriors, though, man, like I've been saying, my last couple of videos, it's time for a change, man. I hate to see the Splash Brothers break up, but every great thing must come to an end at some point, my friend. You know what I mean? And I'm a real, you know what I'm saying, Warriors fan for show. You feel me? You know? And It may be that time. You know what I'm saying? Folks was talking bad about LeBron when he left Cleveland the first time. Went to Miami, came back to Cleveland, got a ring, and then now he in LA. So I'm not saying that we need to do something that drastic, but at the same time, hey man, I'm pretty sure LeBron wanted to stay at Cleveland forever. But especially this home state. I'm just saying. So with the Lakers, I know that Clay was drafted, Draymond was drafted. You know, I believe Poole was too as well. So unfortunately, we need to look at it as some type of multi-package, multiple team offer deal where we can get some great players. Because I'm thinking about possibly Joel Embiid. That would be a good complimentary for for the Warriors, man. I'm just saying because he shoot them threes and he can take it to the paint. Now I don't know about his defense. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how solid he is in the as a center though. you know. But we still got Kevon Looney, so I say Joel Embiid, right? That might be an option. And the guy from the Bucks, Andrew DeCupo. I mean, I'm tearing up the name. You know, the Cupo guy. You know what I'm saying? That might be another option. Cause when the Warriors when they threes not going in, we need somebody in the paint to be a force to be reckoned with, right? So, you know what I'm saying? If we had one of those two guys, a couple of guards, I'm just saying. We can find a way to match the contracts because with the NBA, it's all about, when you got certain players making a certain amount, you only can go so low, from my understanding, when you're talking about swapping players and trading players and whatnot. So, yeah, man. Well, it's time. Golden State, it's time. It's time for us to make some moves, man. Because Curry, I feel like he got another 3 years left, maybe four tops, but at least 3 years. And we need to get at least 1 to 2 more rings. You know what I'm saying? Because Curry still got it and he's still cooking. So we need to, while he's cooking, and you know what I'm saying, we need to make sure these pots and these pans is in order for him. You understand me? So he can get to keep chefing it. You know what I mean? You started whipping up some of that curry chicken. You feel me? You know what I mean? So yeah, man. I hate to say it with the Warriors. I feel like it's time, man. You know what I'm saying? It's time to switch it up a little bit, and so we can get a few more rings, man. You know what I mean? I'll tell you this: if the Warriors ever make it back to the championship again, I will live stream every game, every night. You know what I'm saying? I'll make sure I turn up for y'all. You know what I mean? Because that was my plan this year. But hey, man, unfortunately, it didn't happen. But we gonna be back. I'll be right back. Do you feel me? You know what I'm saying? So it's like that make me think too, right? It's like you can be in that, you can be in a relationship with somebody, right? And you like, man, this is the one. Like this is the one. And it's just at some point in time, right? Whether y'all just can't see eye to eye anymore, your vision of each other is different, or your ambitions in life change, and the person you with doesn't want to see that change or can't see you making that change, and they only see you a certain type of way, that's when the relationship start to falter. That's when that relationship becomes difficult. You know what I'm saying? Because if you have been with somebody, maybe you start dating at a young age, you got a little older, so your wants and dislike change over time. As most people can evolve, but there are some where they only see it a certain type of way for a long time. And that's where, you start to have problems in your relationship, you know? Because when I was 18 and when I was 29, when I was 39, all through those years, my mentality changed. So, like how I'm talking about sports, the Warriors, even with LeBron, over time, you're going to come to a point where you have to see a change. Even in relationships, you know what I'm saying? Somebody you dating. Now, if you marry him, that's a different thing. I personally feel like you need to find a way to make that work. But if you just dating, oh, what's up? What's going on? I see you over there. Hey, what's up, cuz? Appreciate you tapping in with me. I'm just talking about various topics tonight. Talking about the Warriors. They're talking about need to make some changes. And the Lakers, they lost this second game. So I'm talking about that too. And then I'm just tying that into relationships where sometimes you come to a point where you have to make a change. You know what I'm saying? You have to make a change. And it's like you look at certain situations, right? You look at it like as you get older, your wants, your dislikes, your needs can change. And sometimes the person that you with just can't change with you. You know what I mean? So, yeah, the right change is a must. I agree with you, you know? And it's like even with sports, you know what I mean? Like with the Warrior situation, I feel like it's time to make a change, and I tied it into a relationship to where, you know, when you dealing with somebody, right? And you telling them, when you was 20, you telling them, okay, your dreams and what you want to do. Then you get into your 30s, some of those dreams and what you want to do usually evolve or change, or you just see things in a different way, right? Now, if you got a partner that understands that and gets that and willing to change with you or feel like, okay, oh, it's something I can work with, that's a beautiful thing. But unfortunately, some people or certain people in a relationship only see you a certain way. Now that goes for somebody you dating, it goes for family members, you feel me? Friends. It's a whole collage of those entities together where, you know, sometimes you have to separate yourself, right? You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to separate yourself, give it time, and sometimes it's just no patching up. You know what I'm saying? It's like you only see me in a certain type of light. And I'm like, I'm not on that no more. You know what I mean? I have evolved from that. You feel me? And it's like, I need you to see where I'm at today as opposed to what it was before. You know? So it's like, you know what I'm yeah, 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 for sure. I'm gonna bring that game to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just chopping it up tonight. So just lock in with me, huh? But it's like we all don't want to change, or I shouldn't say we all don't want to change. It's like once we come to a point where we realize we have to change, you would hope that the person that you with can change with you, or at least have that understanding of what you want to be or who you want to be today from what you was yesterday. You know what I mean? Because it's like we all have to evolve. You know what I'm saying? We can't go back to a rotary phone or, what I'm saying? Most people don't even have a phone in their house. Everything is on a cell phone. Now you can pretty much do everything on your laptop, your iPad, your Kindle, you know what I'm saying? Your cell phone. I mean, your watch, your iWatch. I mean, it's so many different ways of communicating now. So we can't just stick to one thing. And even as you get older, you need to also adapt to the new times as well. You know what I'm saying? Because just thinking about going to a job, right? You say, "Oh yeah, are you hiring?" They like, "Oh yeah," and you like, if you're older, especially your 30s and 40s, you remember having an application, paper application, man. That's all gone, man. Even a mom and pop shop, they got like the little scan bar. You just scan on your cell phone or your iPad and you fill out an application right online. You feel me? So it's like in a relationship, it's the same thing, man. What your likes and dislikes was when you was 18, 20, 30, 40, even in your 50s. I'm pretty sure they have changed over time. So you got to accept that. You know what I mean? And accept the fact that it's time for a change, man. You know? But the thing of it is, you got to recognize that's what you need to do. You got to recognize your position in a sense of where you at in life, in a sense of like, okay, I've been going through this same process for this amount of time, and I only got these type of results. So if you're looking for different results, what do they say? You have to change your way of thinking. You change the way of how you do things. If you do it a certain way, and this is the only result that you've been getting, it's time for you to change that. One big thing I would say is that all the technology is. Hold up, let me pull that up. I got a couple of screens open. Huh? What you say, cuz? The one thing I would say is that with all the evolution of technology, is that this has entered. Oh yeah, personal. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. With the personal communication, yeah, that's true. I agree with you. Well, but it's kind of hard though, right? Because that's kind of the way of where we going as a society. You know what I'm saying? Think about like when you order food, you literally can just order food on your cell phone. They leave it at your doorstep. You don't have to talk to a person. You leave a tip if you want to leave a tip or however much you want to leave. You just leave it right on the phone. You don't necessarily have to talk to anyone directly. So I do agree that the personal communication is definitely an issue. But how do we fix that though? Because we only going more into that. Do you feel me? You know. So I think that's part of the game that we haven't came to us. As pretty much as a community as a whole. That's something we all dealing with. I don't even care what country you from. It's Japan. I'm pretty sure they dealing with it to a degree, especially here in the U.S. With all this technology and you know, even when you go to the bank, they have less tellers at the bank because you can do everything either online or at the ATM. You know what I'm saying? Unless you need a certain specific thing, like we're trying to get a home loan, they need certain documents, so you have to actually go in there and speak to someone. But outside of like certain type of loans, if you just looking to take some money out or deposit cash or order checks. If you still using checks, you can do all that online. You don't even have to go in the bank. And some ATMs, you can tell them the domination of how you want your money. You can have it in fives, tens, 20s, hundreds. So I just think that's what we heading to. And with this, new virtual world, with the cyber world and different things, that they're going to implement, I just feel like we kind of heading that way. You know what I'm saying? Which is a scary thing too, because I don't know if you've seen that they showed a robot that was working, I think at Amazon or something. And the robot was working so hard it just shut down and cut off. You know what I'm saying? So it just shows that for the fact that look what stage we already in where they got a robot that's trying to work and do man jobs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So what I'm saying, see how that yeah, I agree. Let's go watch children see the same car. Yeah, yeah, I agree with you on that too, cuz but it's like it's kind of the way of the world now because now I want to say either in Japan or China, one of them they allowing the children to bring their cell phones into the class because they so attached to it. So eventually, I feel like it's going to be in the U.S. where kids are going to have their cell phones in the classroom. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's used the right way, it's like basically a computer that you can talk on and communicate with. So I think that's the next evolution of it is where how we can still tie this in and make it, you know, more where you still communicate with each other, but I don't see it slowing down. That's one thing I can say for sure. But at the same time, maybe that's why they, the youngsters still need OGs like us still talking to them. You know what I'm saying? Where we can kind of give them that balance a little bit for the ones that want to hear it, where you can have that balance. Because one thing about, I was talking to somebody at work the other day about this. I think we're the last of the generation where we knew about things kind of like before internet. You know what I'm saying? And now we also were able to adapt to the internet, computers, and all that for the most of us. You know what I'm saying? Like for myself, I'm pretty good on the computer doing basic graphics and stuff like that. I can do all that myself. You know, so it's like I feel like the older generation above us, 50s and 60-year olds, and for the ones that, you do got some that's a little bit savvy, but for the most part, we kind of like that middle bridge where we know a lot about the old school, but we also adapted to the new school. So we're not really lost in the sauce. I kind of like we would like the last of the generation where we know about the telephone as well as the cell phone, even the rotary phone. You know what I mean? Like paper, newspapers and stuff, physical actual papers. We kind of like the last generation of that, man. So we got a lot of game. You know what I'm saying? It's just we got to find. That's why it's important for us to have a certain type of aura, how we conduct ourselves. And for younger folks to want to gravitate towards you, you got to have something to offer. And that's why I'm on the YouTube. You know what I mean? I come on here looking fresh, fly to show, hey, I'm a little bit older, but that don't mean I still ain't popping out here. You feel me? you know? you know? Yep. This is coming from the era where coming from. Yeah, yep. Yeah, I agree. That is huge. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. That's why it's important for us to stand tall in our, with our beliefs and stand tall in what we believe in and still understand that, hey, it's a new world out here, but at the same time, I can adapt or I can also, if something happened to the internet, I still know how to move around. you know what I'm saying? Well, they will. I think they do and they don't. I think they do and they don't. Because I tell you this though, my subscribers been going up a little bit, and I've been checking my analytics, and a lot of them are young. So the thing of it is, you gotta kind of meet them in their world to a degree. Now I'm not out here, you know what I'm saying? I'm not out there kicking it like that, but I'm just saying like some topics that I touch on, I try to touch on more current topics and then once you do get a couple to gravitate towards you, now you can be able to give them a little bit of extra game. But at the same time, I'm always going to be real with myself. So I think that come across too. So when you being real with yourself and how you communicate, that realness, some folks will recognize that. They may not, they'll be like, oh, okay, so, he an OG or whatever, but I like what he be kicking. So it's like, that's why I said it's important for us to stand tall. You know what I'm saying? In our beliefs and also understand, okay, you younger than me, but just understand I've been living longer than you. So I'm trying to give you a little bit of game if you listen, huh? Because eventually they gonna listen. You get into a bad situations. you know what I'm saying? You tired of going to jail, you tired of going through these certain situations in life. You gonna eventually gonna get some understanding out here. You know what I mean? And hopefully it ain't too late for you, huh? So, yeah, 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 that's true. That's true. I agree with that. But, it's like, right? I personally think that when we show our success, That's when they pay attention. Because, even just think back when we was young, we want to talk to the person that's out here popping for the most. You know what I mean? Somebody that got more than me. Like, okay. Or somebody that looked like they got themselves well put together, you know? That's usually that's what I used to gravitate to when I was young. So I try to keep that in mind with myself. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to have $1 million, but you at least just got to show that you know what I'm saying? Yeah, 'cause no. Oh yeah. Oh, see, but see, hey, check this out though. But if you cut that phone off, right? You cut that phone off and say, hey, you know, you got to go out here and get a job. You got to go out here and do something with yourself. And they see how hard you got to work to get that little pay. You gonna get some understanding, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you got to, and that's what I do. Be honest with you, with my oldest daughter, she don't like to listen either. My oldest in college, she don't like to listen. But what I do is I don't give her, I help her out. Now, this is the thing with me, I'm doing okay in life, right? So with my oldest, when she asks me for a whole bunch of stuff, I help her with some of the things, but I'm not gonna give you everything. I can help you more than what I can, but I choose not to. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Yep. They have to listen. But the thing of it is, sometimes you got to show them about tough love too. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they don't understand fat meat is greasy, so they got to experience that. Yep, that's right. The Bible says with all that. Yes, yeah, that's right. Get an understanding. Yep. Exactly. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So sometimes I think, especially, I'll say this too. When you come from humble beginnings where you had to work hard to get what you have, I feel like even myself, I recognize myself where I feel like I have to give my kids so much of what I didn't have. But sometimes well, now I'm cool. But at one point, especially my oldest, my first child, I try to do so many things for her to whereas I was basically hindering her. I was like, she got so used to me buying so many toys for her and taking her to so many different places where it just became the norm where this is the lifestyle. And it's like, hold up. I'm just making things way too comfortable for you. So as she started getting older, I start cutting back, giving a little less and less, you know, because you need to understand when you go out here in this real world, when you go out there in the real world, man, ain't nobody trying to help you like that. They only trying to help you if they can get a gain from you. You feel me? They all trying to get a gain from you. They trying to find a way how they can use you or manipulate you. So the first thing I start recognizing, like, hey, you know what? We still, get into it today. She'll be 21 next year, and we still get into it because I'm like, I'm gonna help you, but you need to get out here and do something too. You feel me? You in school, but you can still work part time. You know what I'm saying? You can still get out here and do things. You're not in the books all day, every day. Because when I call you, sometimes y'all out, you going places. I'm like, oh, okay. So you need to get a job. You feel me? Like, I'm gonna help you. I ain't gonna let you drown. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna let you get in that water though and see how deep that water is and how them currents hit you, them waves hit you to say, oh man, yeah, that's life. Because when you get out there and you swimming with them sharks, man, you know what I'm saying? You can be ate up out there. So I just use that in a reference to life where, with kids, we got to show them tough love, especially like I said, if you come from humble beginnings and you have a kid and you doing pretty well or you're able to give them, all the things that you didn't have, you just got to remember that you got to learn to find a way to balance that to a degree. Because they get so spoiled where they just expect you to supposed to do everything all the time. And I'm like, hold up. You know what I'm saying? Especially when they become a young adults now. Hey, now, I can cut off the water faucet real fast. But because I love you, I won't. But hey, I still need you to do little things. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I say. When you come from humble beginnings, you have kids, you got to still find a way to keep a balance with your kids, especially if you become successful in your craft or whatever you're doing, because I have seen some parents where, man, they just overdo it. You know what I'm saying? Every couple of months, they got new Jordans, they got new this, they got new that, which is cool. But think about how you're raising your kid, though. If you raising your kid where they have everything they want in life, them the ones that usually don't want to leave your house that soon. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to leave. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to do this. They don't want to do that. Why? Because you wasn't showing them no structure. You just showed them, hey, they get up in the morning. They don't really have to worry about nothing. You going to take care of everything. So as they get older, what they going to do? They're going to still want you to take care of everything. So you got to find that happy balance to a degree. Now, your balance, my balance, of course, is going to be different, but you just got to show them that because when they go out there in the real world, they dealing with real life. Ain't nobody gonna be coddling your kids, man. You feel me? They're gonna be trying to take advantage of them in certain situations. So just like how I talk about sports and changes as adults, raising kids, you know what I'm saying? You're a certain age, you need to understand that, hey, I need to teach you more than just clothes, fashion. You feel me? Yeah. So yeah. Yep. Don't be swept under the yep, that's right. Don't be swept under the undercurrent if you don't want to swim. Huh. That's a good one. I like that. I like that one. Yeah. You're right. But see, to me, that's what a parent job is. It's not so much of me giving you everything, it's me giving you game, or at least explaining things to you, like why I do certain things for you and why I don't do certain things for you. You know what I mean? I feel like as a parent, that's what we're supposed to give them. Now, how they use that information, hey, I only can do what I can do. You feel me? It's up to you to apply the information, the knowledge, the game that you receive. Huh? Do you feel? You know what I mean? It's up to them. I mean, I only like they say, I only can take you to the water. I can't make you drink, man. You know? So that's the thing about it is it's like, I don't have all the answers, but I can tell you my experiences, and hopefully it's something that'll make you want to move a little bit different than what you're used to. Because I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just here to tell you what I went through, huh? And information that I was able to gather in my 40 plus years. I'm just here to try to lace your boots up. You know what I'm saying? Give you something to think about a little bit different than what you normally do, huh? That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, so tough love is important. Don't give them everything. You know what I'm saying? Do not give them everything. You give them enough, and of course, you know what I'm saying. You do certain things. I mean, we all do to a degree, but at some point in time, you got to recognize when to pull back too. Yeah, absolutely. I'm telling you, because that's the thing. You got to know when to pull back. That's the hardest part, because you know any parent that love their child, you don't want to fail them, or you don't want them to not have things. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, but at the same time, you got to always remind yourself that, hey, if I keep giving you everything you want, or, most of the things you want, what am I really showing you? What am I really teaching you? You know what I'm saying? And it's like I said, it's nothing wrong spoiling your kids. There's nothing wrong with none of that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying there should be a limitation on that too, you know? And it's like, so the difference, I'll say this, the difference the way I raised my youngest compared to my oldest, so I was able to have more experience, huh? I was able to, understand my mistakes, understand my flaws, and try to correct some of that. So the second time around for me, I feel like I'm doing a little bit better because the first time I'm just trying to do everything, buy this, buy that, your new Barbie Jeep came out. I'm getting a Barbie Jeep. She got two bikes. She wasn't staying, she stayed at my house, but I wasn't with her mama. So she got basically double toys at each house. So she got toys at her mama house, toys at my house, got two sets of clothes. I mean, at one point I was going through it with her mama. We had two different birthday parties, man. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Apply the information to your life. Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, man, I mean, it's so much I done been through in my life. That's why I'm like, I gotta come on this mic and give y'all some game because I made a lot of mistakes and I made it, there was a lot of pride involved where I felt like I should have been able to kind of slow down. But yeah, it got real reckless, you know what I'm saying? When my daughter was real young, my oldest. It was like I said, I wasn't with her mom at some point. So it was all so bad. We had two separate birthday parties. So to me, at that time, I'm thinking, I want to do this and I don't want you here and I don't have to be at yours. But at the end of the day, what are we really showing the kid though? We showing that basically she get to have two birthday parties, two cakes, two sets of presents from two different households. So she just getting everything. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to recognize when you need to just okay. What I should have done was just, you know what? Talk to her mama. Hey, we need to get some type of understanding here. You feel me? We not finna have two separate parties. We got one child together. We need to find a way to coexist together for the better, for the betterment of our child. You feel me? See, today I'm a grown ass man out here. So regardless of what happened, we gonna have an understanding somehow. Cause hey, I'm not a deadbeat dad. I'm here when things need to get handled. I'm that guy to take care of it. So we need to have a communication. We need to have an understanding and understand each other position in this situation, huh? See, back then I couldn't tell you that. I was just running rapid and wild and saying whatever, doing whatever. But now I'm like, nah, I'm a lot more calmer, collective, and I think before I speak when it comes to certain situations. You know what I mean? Especially involving the kids. That's a grown man for you, huh? But yeah, changes is inevitable. We all have to make them, and we all have to evolve in our own way because the world we living in is going to continue evolving. You know, and like I said, I believe in Jesus, so I definitely put Jesus first in everything I do. You know, I definitely believe in God, and it's important for you to have, in my opinion, whatever whoever you believe in, you have to have that understanding with yourself because once you can understand yourself to your best of ability, you know what I'm saying, and with God in your life, you can be able to at least be able to certain things can be shown to you for you to understand, hey, what did I do wrong? You know what I mean? Because I know, like I said, when I was talking about dealing with my oldest daughter, mom, once I start really just thinking about the mistakes I done, once I start thinking about the things that I did wrong in a relationship, that's when I was able to get an understanding of myself. You feel me? Because instead of me just throwing off the blame on somebody else, the first thing I do now, yeah, spoil, yep. But the first thing I do now when I deal with situations, I think about what I did wrong first. You know what I'm saying? That's the grown man in me. I think about what I did wrong first in any bad situation. What could have I prevented from happening? You know what I mean? Why did I react this way when I could have done it that way? You feel me? See, that's the grown person in you. I feel like that's what you got to tap into after a while because it's like we both can't be reckless saying reckless things because it's just going to end in a negative situation. And I'm at that age where I'm not trying to go there with you if I don't have to. You know what I mean? It's like we can go there, we can have that conversation, but it should be a limitation on how I speak to you and how I want to be spoken to. You feel me? So it's like that's what it's about. And I think my opinion is when you have a certain standard for yourself and how you conduct yourself, you'd be surprised how you get that energy back when you're dealing with, other folks, younger folks than you, older folks than you. You know what I mean? You'll be surprised how folks will treat you or talk to you when you carry yourself in a certain type of manner. So if you want to be on that hood mentality, guess what you're going to attract? I'll wait. You know what I mean? But when you stand up, you're a stand up individual about you and yours and what you believe in. I'm just saying, yeah, you're going to attract some negativity, but I guarantee you it won't be all negativity. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Let's say, so yes, we do, because if not, we only hinder, yep, ourselves. I agree. I agree. You know, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's nothing wrong with you, spoiling your kids or even spoiling yourself. Because that's another thing that's missing, right? A lot of times, like I said, if when you have kids, a lot of times, a lot of us, even me included, at some point in time, especially my first child, I felt like I wasn't spoiling myself. I was too busy for spoiling my child. I was spoiling the person I was dating. I was spoiling everybody else but myself. You know, like you got to take care of yourself. It's like, yeah, you may not be able to take trips, but you can at least get your nails done, get your feet done. Even for me as a man, I go get, I get a pedicure. You know what I'm saying? So I get my feet done. You feel me? Get my nails done, but hey, don't put no clear coat on mine. No, you feel me? I'm good. I'm good though. But you can go ahead and clean my nails up for me. So it's like as you get older, you got to recognize that you have to. Yep, accountability. Yep, you got to be accountable. And but the thing of it is though, right? You got to remember that you still got to spoil yourself. Because for me, I'll be honest, I work a lot of hours every week. And that's why you see me on here looking fly, because I do this for myself, because it's like I work so much, right? I'm a guy that like wearing clothes. I have a lot of clothes. I probably shop more than most women, be honest with you. Like when I go to Vegas, I don't go to Vegas to gamble. I go to Vegas because I know they got like 6, 7 different malls I can go to. You know what I'm saying? Be honest with you. You go to Vegas, they got them outlets out there. It's a couple of different malls, shopping centers. Man, I don't be on the strip. I get away from the strip. It's a whole bunch going on when you get past the strip. And you know what I'm saying? There's some discounts and deals you can find. They got some major outlets out there. So, but I'm just saying that to say this, right? As hard as you work and you take care of your responsibilities, right? You being accountable, you still have to spoil yourself. Because if you don't take care of yourself and your health, how you gonna take care of somebody else? Because you basically work yourself so bad where you can, hurt yourself or get injured, have a stroke. You know what I mean? Because you're not taking care of yourself. It's important. You know what I mean? So what I do, I spoil myself first. At this point, huh? I spoil myself first. Now, when I say spoil myself, it don't necessarily mean I have to go buy clothes. It can just be if I like getting a certain, buying my food on my lunch break at a certain restaurant or wherever I like to go. It may cost a little bit more than what I normally spend. That's spoiling myself to me on a smaller scale. You know what I mean? It could be as simple as that, you know, or that shirt or that jacket or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and buy that. I know you don't spend this kind of money, but because I know I've been grinding hard, I done took care of what I needed to take care of. I need to have a few dollars extra left for me, for the things I want to buy. You feel me? You gotta spoil yourself too. You know? That's important too. Because it's like what I always heard and which I agree with, nobody is gonna love you more than you love yourself. And that's a real thing, huh? Like I said, nobody's gonna love you more than you love yourself. Do you feel? You know, you gotta remember that. Because you take care of everybody else, but when do you take care of yourself? You make sure everybody else is cool, but when do you say that you're cool? You know? So it's like, that's a shame, yeah, yeah. That's a shame, but tell me more. Yeah, I got you. I got you. Like I said, man, that's what I'm here for. I'm just here to give you the Jews that I didn't figured out and things that I figured that I did wrong. We have to take care of ourselves because even think of it like this, right? What I'm going to Vegas? Oh, what? Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you, you got to go to Vegas. I promise you, it's in Vegas. There's so many shopping centers out there. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna tell you. You know how they charge for going over weight? Well, if you take a plane, if you do take an airplane, wherever you go, right? You can't go over a certain many pounds, or they charge you extra. So what I like to do, it's a little tip I'm gonna give you, right? When I go to Vegas or I go to places I know I'm going to shop, I'll bring a second luggage, and I literally would have like one item in it, right? The reason why I'm doing that, I want to bring an extra suitcase with me that's empty. So for everything that I buy, I can put in that empty luggage in that empty suitcase. You feel me? So I don't go over a certain amount of weight, so I don't have to pay extra for my baggage. So you always take an extra luggage or suitcase with you. You know what I mean? So whatever you buy, you put in that extra luggage. You feel me? And that'll save you on the weight, so you don't have to pay no extra cost for extra luggage. Hey, now. But yeah, when I go to Vegas, I haven't been there in a while though, right? It's been a few years, but I do plan on going because I want to see Usher. You know what I'm saying? I definitely want to at least catch one of these Usher concerts he do out there. Yep, self care. Yep. So when I go to Vegas, excuse me, hopefully by the end of the summer, if I can, though. But my schedule this year is just so busy, man. I'm so busy. I got a lot going on. But yeah, Vegas. Oh my goodness, I can tell you so many. And then if you go to Vegas, make sure you go to M&M's. It's a nice little barbecue spot out there. It's away from the strip, but it's real good, and the prices are fairly decent too. It's called M&M's. Yeah, I think it's one in L.A. too, if I'm not mistaken. But Vegas has one for sure. But yeah, yeah, yeah. But you definitely self-care. Self-care is important because how you gonna take care of somebody else when you're not even in good health? You know what I mean? When you not just your health, your mental health as well. You know what I'm saying? It's all connected. You need your physical body in good health and your mental as well. You know, because the more you are in your right mind, the more you can help bring the ones that you bringing up to have them understand in a right mind how to move and navigate when they see you. Because think about this, right? What kids You kind of like, as a parent, you kind of like their first role model to a degree. You know, they kind of like mimic what they see at the house. Because if you think about it, right, especially certain kids, like when they're young, some of them cuss a lot. It's like, or they shy. A lot of them I bet you, a lot of them who use a lot of profanity when they outside of their house. Where do you think they mostly heard all that first at? You know what I'm saying? They usually it came from the household. And eating habits. That's another one. Eating habits. If you the type of person that don't like tomatoes, you don't like vegetables when you order sandwiches and all this and that, and your kids is right there with you, right? If your kids is right there with you, and like you go to Subway, that's a clear example. You go to Subway, I'm the type of person when I go to Subway, I like most of the vegetables on it. I'm a vegetable guy. I like tomatoes, all that stuff. You know, but if your partner, your girl, well, for me, for my lady or whatever, if she don't like to eat tomatoes and vegetables on her sandwich, and our little daughter is right next to us, and if she around the mother more than she around me, a lot of times your kids pick up the habit of whoever the parent they're around the most. So if my girl don't eat a lot of vegetables, most likely my daughter won't eat a lot of vegetables because she see mommy, she don't eat vegetables. So why I gotta eat them? You know what I mean? So it's all about creating those healthy habits. You know what I mean? It's all about healthy habits, and there's so many different forms of that. It's not just eating, also how you talk, how you conduct yourself when you're around other people. You know what I'm saying? And how you talk to your kids. All that's important because when they're away from you and they go out in the world, they talking to their friends, wherever they go. A lot of what they have seen at home or heard you talk, how you talk at home, they're going to reflect that when they go out into the world. So it's important as a parent, you got to have a certain type of standard. That's why I talk a lot about positioning, understand your standard, understanding, where you at in life. It's all of that is relevant of when you raising a child. You know what I'm saying? Certain movies you watch, certain music you listen to. And I ain't gonna lie, I love rap music, but I try to like balance it a little bit. I don't just listen to just straight rap all the time. Try to switch it up. You know what I'm saying? A healthy, yep. Definitely healthy mental, yep. Or mental health, yep. I agree with that. But that's the thing, and that's why I said everything is all about having a balance, man. Because it's like for me, even watching some of these shows, I like watching, I call it ratchet TV, love and hip hop, and you know what I'm saying, Housewives of Atlanta, and all these different things. I watch a lot of those shows, but I try to balance it out, even in my own personal time where I'm not just constantly watching that all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because then what happens is when you get in relationships, some of that stuff kind of seep. I personally believe some of that stuff seep into your mentality when you dealing with a relationship, when you watching all these ratchet shows. You know what I mean? You'll be thinking everybody cheating on you and everybody want to fight, and it's like, hold up, man. So yeah, you got to protect your mental health. It's real. You know. And it's not, I don't feel like you can't listen to things, you can't watch certain things. You can still watch all that, but just understand, hey, if we watched a lot of this today, tomorrow we're going to watch something different. Like you got to balance it out. And when it comes to the kids, the same thing. You don't want to be so stern to where if you don't let them have any fun in the house when they go in the world, they gonna act a fool. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say have healthy balance. You can have fun, but when it's time to work, when it's time to do your school work, you need to take care of that. That's your responsibility right now. If you in school, that should be the first priority is to handle all your schoolwork. Then you can have some fun. Then you can go play. You can play video games. You can do, your cell phone, whatever you want to get into. That's fine. But you got to handle your business first, you know? Because what happens is later on in life when they start working and, figuring their own life out, by you having that standard at home, you do your work first, you play later, you see how that correlate when they go out there in the work world. Okay, I need to work first, build myself up, get in position. Now I'm in position. Now I can do other things. You don't start having all the fun and then, oh, I'll figure it out later. No. You need to find have some type of structure on how you move out here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta have that. You gotta have that structure, man. But you can't be so serious where they can't do anything, because then it's just, I feel like if you too stern, you too overbearing, a lot of times I feel like it's going to backfire on you because you're not giving them both levels. You're just giving them one side only, and you figure out the rest later. No, when they living with you, you try to give them a healthy balance of both, so they know what it feel like to do this over here, but also this over here on this other side need to be taken care of as well, huh? So it's all important, you know. So it's like you gotta have that structure. And be honest with you, most kids, if you think about it, right, when they go to school, there is some type of structure there because they have to go to class at a certain time, to take lunch breaks at a certain time. So most children love structure if you really break it down to the basics. So when they come home, it should be the same process. You know, you come in, take your shoes off. You know what I'm saying? You don't run around all through the house with them shoes on. Take the shoes off. That's a form of structure right there. If you're responsible for taking out the trash, huh? Making your bed, cleaning your room, that's part of structure right there too. You feel me? So it's all relevant to understanding that you have to make changes and you have to evolve and you have to understand what position you're in and make the appropriate changes that you feel that's necessary for you. Huh? How long have I been on here? Oh man, I've been kicking this for about an hour. Oh, sheesh. I didn't even know I've been on here this long. I'm gonna shut it down in a little bit. I just had to come on here and kick something, man. You know? And it's like you gotta be able to adapt to new situations. You know? You gotta be able to understand that what was is not what it is today. And that's okay. Because as long as you're in the right mind, you're in a position where you can be able to make those changes, you in the best position. So you got to continue to keep pushing a hard line about you and yours, stand on your business, stand on your square, and keep pushing out here. Because eventually, whatever goal, whatever level you're trying to get to, you will get that. But you just got to stay heavy on the grind, stay heavy on your dedication, and keep pushing a hard line about you and yours. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. You got some food over there too. Cause matter of fact, I got yeah, I got some pasta over there, some shrimp pasta. Oh yeah, I'm about to eat that in a second. I got that shrimp pasta over there. I'm about to eat that. I'm about to shut this down, man. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, I'm gonna get ready to shut this down in a little bit. Unless I got any more questions, you know. But you just got to stay heavy on your grind, stay dedicated to your process, and don't allow a lot of negativity to come in and take you away from your greatness, huh? Because other people, I will say this, some folks out there is just not. You got to stay away from certain type of individuals out here, man. You know, because not everything is for everybody, and not everybody is for everyone. You know what I'm saying? So you got to figure out what works for you and what's best for you, and protect your energy out here. You know, because if you're around certain type of individuals, right, and all they do is talk about a whole bunch of negativity, eventually it's going to bring you down. Oh yeah, yep, good convo, yeah, yeah. So you can't be around a lot of negativity all the time. You know, you got to really understand that you got to protect your mentality, your way of thinking. You got to protect your just your energy in general. That's very important. So I'm gonna get ready to shut this down unless I got some more questions or something. Cause I got me some pasta over there. Unless y'all want me to eat my pot, want me? I got some shrimp pasta. You know, some my shorty made. I might should I eat that on the live? I don't know. You know what I mean? I got some food and I haven't ate. I got in from work and I just freshened up and came straight on the mic. You know what I mean? So I haven't even ate my dinner, and even though it's late, I'm still eat it though. I got to get up in the morning. I'm so busy. You know. So yeah, I'm gonna shut it down though. But I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you. You know what I mean? And I appreciate Cuz for tapping in with me tonight. You know? So I'll leave you with this. All I bring to you is nothing but good game, good conversation, good motivation, and hopefully some type of inspiration. I am Shawn Beastolla. Until next time.